Will the market go up or down? Should you lock in or float? Find out this and more with Master of the Markets, hosted by Barry Habib of MBS Highway. Brought to you by Caliber Home Loans. At Caliber Wholesale, our products make us different, and our people make us great. Caliber Home Loans Incorporated is an industry product leader with a full offering of core conventional and government products, coupled with our innovative non-agency portfolio lending products. Contact us to learn more.
Hey, welcome to Master of the Markets. I'm Barry Habib at MBS Highway. This is created exclusively for Mortgage News Network and brought to you by our good friends at Caliber. So many great options for you to take a look at. And one of them that's very interesting is they'll do a jumbo loan up to $2.5 million with a 90 loan to value, no MI, 50 debt to income ratio, and they'll even have some interest only options for you. Check out their offerings. Hey, I want to talk to you a little bit about the news of last week because it was a big week for jobs data. And we got both the ADP report and the BLS report. Very important news. Both reports looking for about 200,000 jobs to be created, and the results were much weaker than expectations. ADP coming in at 156,000, and the important BLS report on Friday came in showing only 160,000 jobs created. So way below expectations, and normally a very disappointing figure would help mortgage bonds and hurt stocks. But here's the interesting twist these days. You know, the stock market is so dependent on the drug of quantitative easing and zero interest rates that the stock market almost interpreted this data as it's very bad news, but it's so bad that potentially this puts the Fed on hold. And if you think about it, we've been talking to you about this saying, remember when the Fed was talking about 4 hikes, we said, look, we don't see that at all. We see likely 0, maybe 1 they could squeak in, but I don't even think they're going to be able to squeak this 1 in because in the wake of this very poor jobs data that we had seen, the June meeting more than likely won't be able to get the support, especially with Janet Yellen holding the hammer and not wanting to hike rates at all, to push forward with another rate hike. And then as you get further into the year, you're getting closer and closer to the election, and the Fed doesn't really like to be seen as influencing the election, so they may just sit on their hands. And look, team, we watch this pretty carefully. There is reason to believe that in the next presidential cycle, we may see a recession. So we may be a very long way off from the next Fed rate hike. And in addition to that, you might see more quantitative easing before the next Fed rate hike. Now, that is unless inflation numbers come and start to really put pressure on the Fed. Now, speaking of inflation, one of the things that did hurt the bond market a little further was hourly earnings. They moved up to where they're now at 2.5% a year. Still not really strong, but the direction has been moving slightly higher. And you know, there's 2 reports here. There's an establishment survey, and then there's the household survey. Now, the household survey, it doesn't tell you how many jobs are created. It has its own job creation, but that's not the headline you get. On the household survey, guess what? We lost jobs. We lost over 300,000 jobs. And this survey is what determines the rate of unemployment. Now, the rate of unemployment held steady at 5%. You say, okay, how could that hold steady at 5% if we lost 300,000 jobs? Well, it's because more than 300,000 individuals left the labor force. That's why the labor force participation rate is so lousy. And that kind of balanced the amount of people that were unemployed. So therefore, we didn't see a move in the unemployment rate. But there's underlying weakness there. And overall in the economy, it is very fragile. You know, to think that we may see a recession, again, it is not that far off potentially to think about this. This expansion is pretty fragile. And if that were to happen, one of the best places to be or hide is in the mortgage business because you could see interest rates decline rather significantly. Now, in the week ahead, it's a quiet news week, very, very quiet. And even on Friday, when we eventually get data, we get retail sales and wholesale inflation, not exactly big market movers. So what takes over? The technical indicators and the technical signals. And what I'm seeing here, based upon the news that we had gotten in the week and based on the movement in the markets, it looks to me like stocks may be poised for a bit of a rebound, and bonds, both the Treasury and both mortgage-backed securities, seem to be in a position of a little weakness. So they might start the week off with some weakness. Stocks might start off with a little strength, but look, it's a long week. Let's see how things go. And if you'd like to follow it day by day and really get great information, not have any reprice situations to worry about, and of course, having a lot of information to communicate to your customers, including great charts, presentations, and real estate data from around the country, just sign up. Click on the link, sign up for free to MBS Highway, and we will see you next week. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.
Your reputation with your referring business partners depends largely on the lenders you recommend. This is why you'll want to choose a partner who shares your commitment to customer service. At Caliber Home Loans, our products make us different and our people make us great. A leading product innovator. In addition to our core conventional, government, and jumbo loans, we've created our own non-agency portfolio lending products. These enable you to assist creditworthy clients who can demonstrate the ability to repay. To learn more, visit us online at caliberwholesale.com.
This is Mortgage News Network.